Indiana, where we are about to begin the third place game of the 2013 Boys USA Water Polo TYR Champions Cup. The teams will be Shaq versus Standford. For Shaq, the head coach, Matt Swanson. Number 1, Daniel Rowland. Number 2, Spencer Hansen. Number 3, Wyatt Hansen. Yes, they are twins. Number 4, Alexander Lansill. Number 5, Henry Maas. Number 6, Connor Moynihan. Number 7, Emerson Sullivan. Number 8, Quinn Woodhead. Number 9, Logan Anderson. And number 10, Stefan Benny. For Standford, the head coach, Clark Weatherspoon. Number 1, Alexander Nemeth. Number 2, Nico Batia. Number 3, Luke Roline. Number 4, Andrew Charukian. Number 5, Nathan Puentes. Number 6, Michael Sonsini. Number 7, Christopher Rowland. Number 8, Nick Karyotakis. Number 9, Andrew Penner. Number 10, Alex Sotadzi. Number 11, Larson Weigel. Number 12, Miller Geschke. 13, Young Lee. Number 14, Frank Lozinski. And number 15, Sam Untrecht. This will be the third place game. We'll have it for you coming up here in a couple of minutes on usawaterpolo.org. Welcome to Bloomington, Indiana, where we are ready for the third place game in the boys 2013 USA TYR Champions Cup. Standford versus Shaq. These teams played yesterday, with Standford victorious 5-4. So far in this tournament, Shaq is 3-2-0. They defeated Spartan 18-1. San Diego Shores 3-1. LA Premier 9-3. They lost 5-4 to Shaq and 13-5 to Vanguard. And we are underway. The opening sprint. Standford let it go free. Shaq has the first possession. Glad you're joining us. I'm Ted Rutan alongside Zach White. And Zach, this could be a contrast in styles.
Well, I mean, we saw them play yesterday. They actually matched up last night to kind of get an advancement of where they would set up in this championship round. You know, Shaq has a very physical style of play, very active. Standford does a good job of setting up, working the ball in the center, and making sure they're making good passes.
Right there, Batia went free right up the middle, right down Main Street. Nobody covered him from Shaq, and it's 1-0 Standford.
Well, that's one of the detriments of that press defense. Sometimes you get so caught up in just following your guy out, and you totally forget what's going on behind you, and he just walks through traffic uncontested, and easy first strike there for Standford.
They get it into the center, and tough turnaround attempt there by Connor Moynihan, as Batia was playing some pretty good defense right behind him. So Standford tries to get it into the center again. They got it in there, but not much that Rowland could do with it. So 1-0, Standford with the early advantage.
These Hansen brothers have been impressive for Shaq, as well as number 6.
Yeah, Connor Moynihan. He's been strong throughout as well.
Mm-hmm. Standford's got a little bit more spread on their offense. Number 2 has been pretty dominant, Nico Batia. You look for him to kind of be the focal point of their offense, but
he and Karyotakis, Sotadze, but they also have spread it around quite a bit. So
exactly.
17 left on the shot clock. The cross pass, and then it's lost. But they pick it up, and just in time.
And just all good effort there. He wanted to get that shot off. He was willing that play. No one on
Connor Moynihan.
No one on Standford really marked him up, and easy bucket there. And Standford loses that one goal cushion they built up in that opening minute.
Fuentes was going for Nick Kariotakis. Back to Fuentes. And the skipper in.
And again, great job by Standford. Very patient on that setup. Gets a good drive. The defense is so sucked back on to number 7 in the center. In number 7, Emerson Sullivan. Christopher Rowland for Standford. Another one of the mainstays for that Standford offense. And Standford able to capitalize on a nice shot there.
Sullivan, top right, gesturing, tried to get it to the center.
And that's good offense by Shaq there. Just not a great pass. If he gets that ball on point there, that's an easy turn. Could be a penalty shot, could be a kick out, or if Hansen finishes there, that's an easy bucket.
Geschke. And Shaq drops in the weak side defense. Left wing for Shaq.
This could be a
shot clock winding down, and they won't get one off. Well, they might now.
Actually, he tipped it to his teammate there. That should have been a live ball. Not good recognition by the official there.
Nemeth, the goalie, puts it down in the left wing for Kariotakis. Rowland back to Kariotakis. And Rowland, two-man game.
And that's Shaq's specialty on defense there, that ability to field block consistently. They do a great job of getting hands up. I feel like they relied on a little too much on their 6-on-5 defense when they're down a man. But it seems to really help them, and it really helped them in the opening rounds of this tournament.
Spencer Hansen. Moynihan. Unable to get that one past Nemeth. 2-1. Just under a minute. First period. Standford leading. Shaq. Geschke.
A quick shot there for Standford. Not sure if that's what I want to be looking for. That second goal they had, great patience on offense, worked the defense. Defense got sucked back. It's an easy goal.
Spencer Hansen, a great find as Emerson Sullivan got behind the defense, and a perfect pass by Spencer Hansen. .34 seconds remaining in the first period. Nico Batia. Weigel studying, faking, and shooting. And it's high.
Standford being a little too quick on the offensive end, giving Shaq a chance to tie this, or sorry, get a lead here with
And the lob just missed wide. At the end of the first quarter, Standford 2, Shaq 2. We'll be right back for quarter number 2.
I am water polo.
I am water polo.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. We told you earlier that coming into this, Shaq was 3-2. We'll run down Stanford's scores in this championship. They opened the championship with a 5-4 victory over LA Premier. They won 14-3 over Commerce. They tied San Diego 7-7. They defeated Shaq 5-4, and they were defeated by SoCal in the semifinals 10-6. So they are 3-1-1 coming in to this third place game. So as the shot clock is winding down, there is an exclusion called on Roland. Shaq with a 6-on-5. And that goes off.
Spencer Hansen with a good opportunity to attack there for Shaq. He's got to be able to slide in there and not second guess himself. He kept looking over the side there. Good job by Stanford defense, stunting at him, making him uncomfortable as a shooter. And as a result, they get a stop.
Weigel out top. He fires again. This time they will retain possession. Drew Tarukian.
Shaq getting a little careless with the ball there.
Another field block.
Making some nice stops, but get out of that possession and then give the ball right back to Stanford. Got to protect the ball there.
Well, I think when Weigel is in the lineup, you know what he's supposed to do. He's not hesitating.
He is not taking any second guesses of himself there. And
it almost looked like he was aiming for the right post on that time, and they were looking for a rebound.
Well, and I mean, he shot there every single time as well. Makes it pretty easy for the defense to kind of key in on that. You always want to mix it up as a shooter, not always shoot to the same spots. It just it makes you very predictable as a player.
So Tadze off the left post. 3:25 and counting remaining here in the first half. It's tied at 2. Stanford versus Shaq. Over the top and hustling out was the goalie, Alexander Nemeth.
And not a great pass there by Shaq. Well, yeah, there might have been a little bit of contact, a little bit of a pullback. But that pass is on point there. Easy call for the officials to make. You're not really doing your teammates any justice when you throw them a 50-50 pass. Just makes it too easy for the refs to swallow their whistle and let you try and play it out.
Kariotakis gets it inside to Tarukian, but the backhander goes wide. I think we've seen more backhanders today than we did the first 2 days combined.
Absolutely. And some of those shots have been, team settling. Backhand's an effective shot, but you only really want to do it when
And an excellent stick there by Alexander Nemeth.
And a good shot opportunity there by Moorman. But just couldn't quite get a good handle on it to put in the back of the goal.
Here's Weigel. I believe he's had 2 passes and 4 shots so far in this half. And that's what they're asking him to do. I mean, he's in there to do that, so I'm sure it's no surprise to the other players.
And Shaq backing up with 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Where are they going? Where are they going?
Are they just trying to spread it out? Because the defense is not going with them. But they did spread it out.
The miscommunication there on defense by Standford. I mean, you have the Shaq players all backing up, and especially when those 2 Hansen brothers and then number 6, Moynihan, are sliding backwards towards their defensive end. You know, I'm going to drop off those guys a little bit. Those are their offensive studs. I mean, I don't know what Standford was really thinking there defensively. Good shot though to gain the lead there for Shaq.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but there are a lot of things I don't get.
Well, there's still some things I don't even understand.
That shot.
Those are those good hands there by the Shaq defense, getting hands up, shrinking that cage, and they're getting a lot of tip outs, and it's feeding their counterattack opportunities. They're getting some nice, easy isolations right now. Question is, can they start really capitalizing on this?
Moynihan turns, fires, just over the top. Remains 3-2, 32 seconds left in the half. About a 4-second differential on the shot clock.
Moynihan and Batia really getting after it here. 2 very physical players. Neither of them really letting the other one get any kind of advantage, and it's really pushing the offensive responsibility to other players on each team.
That will end the first half. Shaq 3, Standford 2. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the second half on usawaterpolo.org.
When it comes to fun family getaways, it's got to be Holiday Inn Club Vacations. Room to be yourself.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
Third quarter action. Shaq starts with the possession. They lead 3-2. And so we will have a penalty foul. Chance right now for Nico Batia to tie this game. And he does not.
That's big momentum shift in the Shaq's favor there. Blocking those penalty shots just gets your team riled up. Yeah, that's a one-on-one save there by the goalie. Great effort there by Daniel Rowland for Shaq in the cage.
Well, working the clock down. Henry Moss took the shot. So Tadze to Charukian and back. So close for Geschke. Caught both posts.
Double bar out right there. No love from the post for him.
Ball side right now. Ball side, let's go.
That's wrong with backdoor moves. You're generally getting an offensive foul there. It's a tough move to pull off well, and really kind of puts you behind your defender if you don't run it right.
Nice save again by Rowland.
And that was a little bit of a careless turnover there by Shaq again. That's the second time they've kind of just given it right over to Standford in front of their own goal.
Kariotakis looking, firing.
And use this possession as Standford. Make Shaq play defense. Don't bail him out with an early shot. Even if you have a decent one, you shouldn't be shooting so early in the shot clock. Inside the 2 call for against Standford. Got to be careful of your positioning in the field of play.
That pass taken away by Geschke.
A good look, just again, got to handle those passes. That's a momentum builder right there. If you could stop them, you're in pretty good shape. The officials really letting this game get a little physical here. Not really bailing any players out some easy fouls, which is good in the game of this caliber.
And the pass into the center by Spencer Hansen and Connor Moynihan.
Moynihan with a nice shot there. Exact opposite of the possession earlier where they found the ball. Good handles there, good pass, and good job getting Shaq up by 2 points.
(4-2) Shaq.
Yeah, when Shaq gets into that game where they could really get moving and get a good groove, they're a tough team to stop. And that backdoor pass was excellent from Hansen.
Fired in by Geschke. Stopped by Rowland.
Very easy shot opportunity there for Rowland to stop. Stanford needs to put up a little bit more of a challenging angle there for Shaq to stop.
1 minute. 1 minute and a quarter.
Under a minute now.
A little bit of delay in that shot, even though it missed. Stanford needs to get something up on the board here. They've been a little stagnant offensively in this past quarter.
Seems like they're settling for the outside shots.
They did such a good job of working the ball in the center earlier in this game, and that's kind of what led them to get up on a little 2-1 lead. And all of a sudden, they stopped. Shaq's defense is not particularly aggressive.
Well, we'll see when he takes this shot. And he waits till right at the very end this time. So at the end of 3, Shaq 4, Standford 2. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the final quarter here on CoachesAid.com.
Champions aren't born. Champions come from doing what others won't. Because doing their best in this moment puts them in the best place for the next moment. Champions are made. Will. Determination. Greatness. TYR. Get made.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact TYR Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Back here at the beautiful Councilman Billingsley Aquatic Center.
Sullivan with a clean sweep of sprints today.
So Shaq takes all 4 of the sprints. Of course, Stanford offered no opposition. Wyatt Hansen gets it into the middle, and that will earn the penalty foul. They'll call that on to Satsi.
If Hansen scores this, it's going to be a tough comeback to mount for Stanford. Very, very possible, but giving Shaq a very, very good opportunity here. Very, very good control of this game.
Wyatt Hansen makes it 5-2. And the shot and score.
Big goal there for Stanford. They needed to put something up on the board there. They haven't scored in.
Scored since the first.
So, they really needed to get something going there. And good shot and put Stanford in a good position here to climb back in this game.
Charukian with that goal.
Deep wide.
Well, obviously they're trying to keep wide, spread their formation so they can work it to the center. But I'm like you, I'm not sure why Stanford would chase them around.
You got opportunity there for Stanford again. Those are those opportunities you got to convert. And it could be very costly for Stanford in this game.
Whoa. All the way up to Geschke. The cross pass, and Charukian scores again.
And Stanford get a little bit of momentum here. Number 4. Before Charukian pulling Stanford right back into this game.
So we've got a timeout here. Stanford cut the 3-goal margin to 1 in a minute. It's 5-4, Shaq leading Stanford. Timeout is finished and we are ready to get started again. 3:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sleepy Hollow Aquatics, a.k.a. Shaq, leading Stanford 5-4.
Stanford really up in the out of the backcourt here. Capitalization would swing this right back into their favor. Oh.
Batia. Geschke.
Good shot opportunity by Stanford, using that possession to the fullest. Still plenty of time to take command in this game.
And it wasn't the best shot they've had, but it still was. They at least had a reasonable shot at it.
Reasonable shot. They were doing a good job of moving the goalie.
Oh, wow, nice stop there by Alexander Nemeth.
Both teams looking a little tired here. Not a lot of crazy intense counterattacking. It's all been pretty slow, driving in that front court.
And the goal by Kariotakis. And we are tied at 5.
Stanford making a nice comeback there. Keeping this game interesting. Plenty of time left, though, for both teams to really mount some form of advancement here. Again, for fans back home, we go into a 5-person shootout if this game is tied at the end of regulation. Immediate coin toss to determine shooting order. Each team will place 5 players on their scorekeeper side. Shots are going to rotate back and forth between teams. After the first round, if both teams are tied up, it will be sudden death. It will be sudden death if it was tied at the end of the shot, or the five-person shootout.
Still tied at 5, and we have a yellow card.
Coach Ruther's been a little displeased with the no call there. Thought his player had a good position. They were getting a little physical on top of him. The ref kind of letting it play through. Again, the official's doing a nice job of letting this game just be played. Not allowing both teams to be physical. Allow both teams to make plays.
Shot clock running down, but whoa! Almost.
Stanford with 2 timeouts here. Good opportunities to get up on this.
Stanford will take the timeout. 1:26 remaining in regulation. We're tied at 5 here in Bloomington, Indiana. Back, ready for an exciting finish. 1:26 remaining here at the Boys 2013 USA Water Polo Tier Champions Cup. 3rd place game. Standford, Shaq, tied at 5. Zach, Stanford has the ball. They're the ones that called the timeout. What strategy do you think they have?
If I'm them, they've had a lot of success in this game so far, outside shots. They've gotten some good drives to open up their shooters, and their shooters have capitalized on it. I want to use full possessions, limit the amount of time that Shaq can get the ball here. And, good opportunity there for Stanford, isolating Chris Rowland in center.
Yeah, Rowland put it on Rowland. And Rowland able to deflect it, so Stanford gets it. Get to use some more time. Batia out top. Karyotakis.
Both teams getting physical, kind of forcing the ball to the weak side. A lot of hands up here.
Oh, off.
And Shaq ball.
Bar out.
Let's see what.
And a timeout called by Shaq. That will be their last timeout.
Let's see what they decide to do here. I'm going to guess, Moynihan's been pretty effective for them today in the game. He's been a monster in that center position. I try and get the ball to him. The Hanson brothers, while solid players, haven't been too hot this game. They've had some nice shots. Don't get me wrong. But Moynihan has kind of been the mainstay on the Shaq offensive end. They seem to like to do a lot of backdoor drives, which work but require a very nice pass to complete. I go for more for the ISO, or even get one of those Hanson brothers on a nice ISO drive. And
yeah, we haven't seen them really maneuver tonight, not today, like we have in the previous games.
Exactly. They haven't been playing their game, and
they seem to be more drivers with moves and then pull up for the hard shot.
Exactly.
Instead of staying in one place and faking with the arm, they were moving.
Well, and I mean that's why Shaq was so successful earlier in this tournament. They were so active, and defensively, I'm a defender. It's not fun guarding someone who's very active, aggressive, always moving on you. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Then when I have to go play defense, I'm tired. If I get to sit and press you while I'm on defense, it's physical and it's work, but it's not as exhausting. And I don't know if the Hanson brothers have been capitalizing on that natural ability they have to.
On the other hand, maybe they use so much of that this is game 6.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have that much left in the tank to make those moves. That's another possibility.
There is a lot of wear and tear, but there's a point where you want to be where you're just going to tell yourself, hey,
this would be a good time for it.
This is championship time. This is do or die. I got to give myself an opportunity. And Standford being smart, getting a good foul there,
And
right out of bounds. A very early opportunity
and
here.
look at the time. 30 seconds left. Shot clock off.
And Coach Weatherspoon pretty relaxed here. He's given his players an opportunity to finish this game. He does have a timeout to use, though, which
he might let it run down a little bit. And now the timeout with 12 seconds remaining.
So I'm going to guess he's going to have a quick play for a catch and shoot. Well, maybe he'll pull out some interesting underwater play. Big stop here needed by Shaq. They don't have a timeout. I don't know if they'll be able to get another opportunity on offense. A big defensive presence. I got to take away number 2, Matila. Number 4 has been huge in getting them back into this game. From Standford, Cherukian. Body up on him. Number 7, Roland, has been a staple in their offense with his good center play. I'm matching up my best players probably against those 3 guys. Not to say that the other guys aren't as dangerous. Standford seems to have that spread depth that makes them.
That's why I'm going back over the stats of the 1, 2, 3, 4 of all 6 of these Standford games.
And it's spread out. There's no one guy that just scores all their goals. They do a good job of sharing the ball.
Karyotakis might have scored the most for them.
But even in a game like this, he hasn't had to score him. I mean, he's another guy.
He did score the tying goal though.
He did, no.
So that again, I think they spread it out. They're just they're going to take who's open. It's a matter of how they get someone open.
Exactly.
Sometimes you might think that the person using a pick or screen is going to be the one that's open, and sometimes it's actually the screener.
Exactly.
That pops out and he's open. They might both go. Anyway, we're set. Time is running off the clock. Batia, top left, and he's trying to get it to Roland. And they are calling.
A 5 meter to.
I think.
End the game. That might have been.
They are calling a 5 meter with.
Hold on. They might discuss this. Time might have been expired here. And the crowd seems to really.
Somebody's not going to be happy.
The crowd really wants a shootout here.
You know what? I think that's the fair way to do it right now.
I agree, and it's a lot more exciting for both teams. I mean, that was a very, very late call. Not that it was the wrong call. But
of course, Coach Matt Swanson thinks it's the wrong call. Now the suspense. They're walking. No one's telling anybody anything.
So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Who's making the call on this? The clock again might have expired. The clock might have expired there. So shootout.
So
clock did expire. Clock did expire there. So nice review there by the officials, keeping it fair. A little disappointing there for Standford, but Standford has an opportunity in the shootout here, and then potentially in sudden death if the shootout doesn't decide the game. Good review there by the officials.
Well, let's face it, you'd rather see it decided on the water as opposed to just an official's one call.
Exactly, and
shootouts aren't necessarily they're as fair as they can be.
Exactly. Both teams get an opportunity here, and you never, and that was a good opportunity for Standford. But you're always kind of left wondering, if I'm Standford there, that opportunity kind of slipped out of your hands a little bit, but they should still be pretty happy. This is a fun situation to be in. So we will go into a shootout. Both teams will select 5 shooters from each team. This puts a lot of pressure on your goalkeeper as well, depending on what he could do here. Standford had missed the 5-meter earlier in this game. Those always are costly.
So the first shootout of this championship.
So let's try and find who the shooters are going to be. The captains are lining up. Again, coin flip will decide who shoots first. And it looks like for Shaq, the shooters are going.
So we will be at this in our left. As it says, it's going to be at the right of the scorer's table. Unless otherwise determined by the referees.
So, yeah.
Be nice if it was coming right into our camera behind the goal.
I agree. That'd be it's an interesting angle to see here. It looks like for our fans still listening here, the shooters for Shaq, just kind of watching here. Number 2, Spencer Hansen. Number 3, Wyatt Hansen. Number 6, Connor Moynihan. Number 7, Emerson Sullivan. And can't get a good view here. We'll let you know. Number 8, Quinn Woodhead. So again, Spencer Hansen, Wyatt Hansen, Connor Moynihan, Emerson Sullivan, and Quinn Woodhead for Shaq. For Standford, and these numbers are
Geschke,
number 12, number 10.
Sotadze,
number 2. Batia. Number 4.
4 is Cherukian, and number 8, Karyotakis.
Good selections by both teams. This should be a nail biter. We're all excited here. Shootouts are always fun to watch.
And a little pressure.
Well, it puts pressure on both goalies.
Sure. And each individual out here, I mean, that's 12 kids have pressure.
Exactly.
And 2 of them have it 5 times.
Poor goalies. This is.
I mean, but they're not, on the other hand, aren't goalies sometimes, man, they're a star if they just stop one.
Exactly. If, that goalie makes that game-saving block in this penalty shot, he's going home a hero for his team. These guys have some pressure on him. Looks like number 7 from Shaq's got a big smile across his face here. He's excited to be in this situation. Emerson Sullivan, big smile on his face. So we're still waiting to see who the first shooter will be. Will it be Standford or Shaq?
Coach Mark Swanson telling his team, visualize yourself finishing that goal. The cap is turned inside out.
Not a good start for Standford there.
No, it wasn't turned inside. That's number 12, which was Miller Geschke.
You know, that's when that pressure kind of gets
So
to you a
now we're
little
going to
bit.
come down to this end. And this will be Wyatt Hansen.
So this is getting a little weird right now. He might have to retake it. He might have to retake the shot, you know, to. It looks like referees were in the improper position.
Oh, wow.
So Stanford's getting a second chance here based on a ref error.
And he is still stopped.
Still stopped.
The ball doesn't lie.
The ball definitely does not lie there. You know, that's tough. You miss that first one, and you're kind of rattled emotionally. Yet have to be able to recover and get that shot off.
So now Wyatt Hansen for Shaq. And he bounces it through.
Good opportunity there. So Shaq goes up 1-0 in this nice little shootout we have here. Good.
So now Alex Satachi
and a great start by the Shaq goalie. Roland just saying, "No, we're gonna go home happy in this game." Coach Weatherspoon can't be too happy though.
Moynihan.
Ooh, and an important save there by.
Yes, they needed that.
A big time. That gives the Stanford shooters a little bit more confidence. Bhatia has been pretty consistent though in his shooting. I'm gonna.
And he's the one that they always had take the penalty shots.
This is pretty second nature to him now.
Nico Bhatia. And he scores on the left side.
Very good form there displayed by Bhatia. Getting up, making sure that shot's finishing. A little bit of pressure here for the Shaq shooters. Their goalie had bailed them out twice. They need to put some away here.
Emerson Sullivan to give them a 2-1 advantage. And he does not. Right now, the goalies are the stars.
Goalies are playing phenomenal right now.
Each with 2 saves, 1 goal apiece.
So again, 2 more shooters for each team. If we don't have a winner at the end of this shootout, sudden death. Or sudden victory for...
Andrew Charukian is stopped.
The goalie is all over the ball. I mean, Roland's made 3 stops. That's impressive.
3 out of 4. The stats haven't been that way during the tournament.
No.
So now,
this is unreal right now.
Spencer Hansen.
A lot of pressure for these shooters, though, so understandable.
Going against Nemeth.
Big stop potential here.
And he scores.
So this is a do or die moment here for Stanford.
And this is Kariotakis.
He's been pretty consistent this whole tournament, though. Like you said, he was their highest goal scorer.
So if Kariotakis doesn't score, it's over.
It is over.
If he does,
and that's going to be a lot of pressure on Woodhead. Big opportunity here for. And Kariotakis puts it away.
Yes, he did.
Kariotakis puts it away. Let's see Let's see what we got here.
One of the two participants here is going to be a hero, and the other one is going to feel bad. Nobody here should feel bad. They played great.
This was an awesome game to watch, and I mean, for both these guys here, there's a lot of pressure on this.
Quinn Woodhead to win.
And my God!
We have
sudden death.
Sudden death.
Oh, this. Wait. Or we don't. I thought. Aren't we?
After the first round, it is.
So sudden death.
So now.
Sudden death shootout here. Just to clarify.
So the first one for Stanford was Miller Geschke. He put it in. Now the pressure is squarely on Wyatt Hansen.
Wyatt Hansen's been pretty consistent here for Shaq.
It's blocked, and that means Stanford will win third place.
Huge win there for Stanford.
And they're pretty happy.
Amazing performance there by.
And the goalie, Alexander Nemeth.
And Alexander Nemeth, huge saves
comes through
to pull
for
his
Stanford.
team through for Stan. Wow.
What a game, what a championship. And both teams will get a hand from the crowd as they shake hands. Third place Stanford, fourth place Shaq. And an exciting finish that comes down to a shootout and then a sudden death shootout.